Tonight, a murder that happened in Gresham back in 2016 will be in the spotlight on an episode of Dateline. Annie Hester was stabbed dozens of times in her home. During the investigation, police uncovered lots of clues that led to multiple suspects and motives.
One of the things that haunts me about this case is just the level of pain that Annie had to endure for 3.5 hours. And still, Annie has the wherewithal to fight for herself, call 911, and give out the information to get law enforcement there.
Ashley Korsland spoke with the Dateline correspondent who worked on tonight's episode.
Josh Mankiewicz from NBC's Dateline joins us. And Josh, the story airing tonight, it's about a murder that happened in Gresham in 2016 that involved Anastasia or Annie Hester. She was stabbed while she was sleeping, and this is the case you're featuring. What did you discover throughout your reporting?
Well, one of the fascinating things about this case was, how many potential suspects there were. A lot of times it's pretty clear who committed the murder. In this case, it was not. And getting from that starting point to the finish line involved some significant work and some significant luck. Gresham detectives did a great job.
And you did talk to a Gresham police detective for this case. What did that person have to say?
Well, we try to talk to everybody in every one of these cases. In this case, we sort of get the tick-tock of the investigation from the beginning. It was not clear whether this was random or whether Annie Hester was targeted. It wasn't clear whether this was something personal or something, whether it was somebody who was related to her or in her family or in her close circle of friends, or somebody that she knew through a dating relationship, and sort of figuring out all of that. And wading through this long list of potential suspects is one of the things that made this an interesting story to tell, and also a challenge for law enforcement.
What else about this case was unique? What will viewers find intriguing to learn?
Well, I should probably warn people right now. The 911 call in this case is very hard to hear, and that's because it doesn't come from a witness or a passerby. It was made by Annie Hester before she died. And it is so difficult to listen to that we actually truncated the amount that we're going to be able to use on Dateline, just because it's pretty upsetting. That's the thing that leaps out at me for this.
And Josh, I don't want to give too much away, but where does the case stand today? Are you able to share information about that?
One person has been convicted. Another remains under some suspicion, but no charges have been filed. So someone is doing time for this, and there's another person that police believe may be getting away with murder.
All right, Josh Mankiewicz with NBC's Dateline. Josh, thanks for talking with us today.
You can watch Dateline's The Undoing tonight at 9 on KGW.